given to us through media is largely American version. American media being enormously influential and powerful, and right now has enormous access to Venezuela, is that version that is coming out. We also heard that the Interior Minister of Venezuela, uh, Diosdado Cabello, had mentioned that several large number of people were killed during that operation by Delta Force. And when I said it was a clean operation, I only meant there was no damage done to the Americans. So, for American perspective, this, as President Trump described, it was a clean operation in that sense. Now, as for your question as to criminal gangs are moving in favor of United States towards Caracas, fundamentally there is a situation on the ground in Venezuela, in Caracas, which is of enormous uncertainty. And enormous uncertainty, instability is ideal for immediate explosive increase in violence on the ground. And definitely these criminal gangs or drug traffickers gangs would find that as a ideal time to again redistribute their influence among themselves or
Out
wield
what we are
more
getting at
influence
this
in
point
politics.
again, Professor, because just to be clear, these Latin American gangs, the armed gangs and cartels, a word that Donald Trump himself has used multiple times over the last few days and months for that matter, according to the news that we're getting, are moving to fight pro-US officials. So basically, even the Venezuelan leaders who they think are standing hand in hand with the United States. So this is, as you were mentioning, only sending Venezuela further in turmoil. And it's not just about Venezuela.
True, indeed. It's also important to underline that Venezuela is not the only country that US has over a period of time been blaming for drug trafficking, etc., etc., except that it has a very different approach to different countries. There could be a country where a pro-American president is now sitting and was known for drug trafficking. China could be another big example. I mean, Trump has also been talking of fentanyl being supplied from Chinese, but the approach to China is very different. So here, definitely, we understand that there is an enormous support base just by picking up the president and his wife. The system on the ground has not suddenly changed, and therefore, I'm sure there is enormous groundswell in terms of pro Maduro as well. And they would, of course, be coming to the streets, whether to protest or to fight. So fundamentally, pro or against United States forces in Venezuela will have now no bars anymore. And that is going to create enormous violence on the ground. And all I'm saying is that if you were trying to control drugs trade, drug trafficking, then more violence is not going to solve anything. And therefore, taking the president out of the country, creating chaos and instability is only going to make Venezuela even more stronger hub for drug trafficking in that sense. And that instability is not going to disappear tomorrow. It's going to continue for a longer period of time. And Venezuela is not the world's biggest hub. I mean, you can look at neighboring Pakistan here. Afghanistan, Pakistan is another area which is known for drug trafficking. But the relations with Pakistan are extremely hunky dory. So it's a very subjective, very very unpredictable way of dealing with the countries, and therefore President Trump has picked up Venezuela,
Right.
declared them. He even called President Maduro that he's himself heading certain cartels and he's
Okay.
directly involved in drugs trafficking, etc., etc. It's very whimsical fundamentally.
Okay. Professor Swaran Singh, as well as Ambassador Baswati Mukherjee, thank you very much for joining us, for your time. These are very, very telling visuals playing out live as we report this. Thank you so much. Quickly, breaking news that's coming in. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance house has been attacked in Ohio. One person...